Hey, ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Ringru. Hello, hello, hello.
And, of course, this is Steel Division, as we all know. This is the lovely map of Omaha, and this division, I believe, Rank, this is the European veterans, isn't it?
Indeed, it is.
Okay, so who do we have today?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have ourselves Her Robert as the 2nd French Armoured Division. Very happy seeing those guys out in the field. And on
Mm-hmm.
the right-hand side, we have Gonzo as 91st La Flandre.
Okay, so
Uh,
no, of course, with the Paras, we have all that kind of mess going on
mhm.
here. I guess here's my question, as always. The second Blinde is not exactly one of those troops you think, oh my gosh, these are heavy hitters immediately. But the 91st
Uh,
Luftlandde, I mean, would you really say that this is lightweights here, or give me a weight class idea?
uh, in terms, okay, so you can make some pretty good pushes early on with your light vehicles, with like the Greyhounds and
Mm-hmm.
Wolverines, etc. This isn't really ideal Wolverine territory for
Mm-hmm.
her Robert, as it's all rather close range and there's no real army he has to worry about
Mm-hmm.
early on. So it's going to be more focus on those M8 Greyhounds and Stuart tanks to really do more of the heavy hitting early on. He's got a Greyhound up north and a Stuart down south. But same time for Gonzo, I mean, Gonzo has himself Pack 36. I hope he has Pack 36s in his deck because they'd be perfect in this matchup on this map, as you have the close range capabilities to, pretty much knock out all the tanks. And off we go and look at, yeah,
Exactly.
recon plane. Beautiful.
Oh, I didn't even see the Piper Cub. Oh my gosh.
And
This has really been making it into the meta recently, hasn't it?
yeah, we're seeing it every now and again. I mean, it's always like a risky maneuver, as it's like what 65 points. Like it's 50
Mm-hmm.
points for like a recon plane where you could be buying like another ground unit that can shoot stuff. But sometimes information is more important than bullets, and the recon plane, especially early on, there's not really any AA on the field, can really give you that advantage.
No, it's kind of interesting to me. We are going to see a lot more veterancy being utilized by the Luftlandde
Mm-hmm.
to the north and to the south. In the center part of the field, though, we're not seeing a whole lot. Ooh, okay, half track already going down. Voltigeurs are going to get
Yep.
crushed. But it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of real oomph, should we say, in the center part of the field for the 91st. Just lots and lots of air such troop and spam.
Yes, it's just that's troop and spam to really just hold the ground per se. He's really doing his major assault up north as he's breaking through with Ersatz, Falltjägers, and it's a pretty good matchup. Gonzo, his Falltjägers are going to do very well in these open ground engagements as the French really have nothing infantry rise that can match up. Not until later on where you can get some like LMG rifle troops, but even yet, it's just you don't mess with Falltjägers.
That's certainly true. I'm surprised this Pac 36 has not really been deployed a little bit more aggressively. I'm sure he
Mm-hmm.
was terrified that it might have gotten wounded or forced to fall back.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I really like it being forced to slump it through the woods. That doesn't do
Yeah.
you very much.
And that Greyhound's in a pretty good position to just give fire support on the units. And they've got Flamethrower Troop going for the Ersatz Troop, and Ersatz Troop can get the kill surprisingly. And, yeah, Gonzo's managing to break through. If he can knock out that Greyhound, yeah, definitely doing wonders, but I don't think it's going to happen. His Abwehr is a bit too far away, and the Pack 36 isn't in the ideal position at the moment, especially with the smoke.
An early investment into planes actually over here for the second Blinde. That
Hmm.
Spitfire coming in just to strafe the ground. Yeah, okay. Now, and of course, we have the ability of God vision here. The two flamethrower troops over here for the French down to the south. Could they have been better used someplace else? I mean, to a
Uh,
certain extent, you have to know as the French you're going to get that town.
uh, I'm actually rather surprised first off that you got the two-man flamethrower troops, because people usually take the pioneers instead, which are like the
True.
six-man run and the infantry slot. So maybe he's getting these guys instead to save some infantry slots. I don't know. I think it's just good defensively per se, but running like the southern middle area, he's gonna get ranked as his two Falltjäger dudes, and they have a much higher veterancy advantage on him. The one in Antonio is in a pretty good position. If some infantry try to rush in, you can just burn them away. It's like keeping ants at your house, but instead of using Antolf, you just get a bloody flamethrower.
Apparently, they do things up differently up in Canada, but
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
it doesn't work well because all the houses are made out of wood in the summer. But in winter it gets even worse because we have to like rebuild our houses into igloos.
Ooh,
Oof.
and well, and the moose fur definitely lights up a lot faster too.
Exactly, exactly.
M8 does go down. I think that was in fact that wasn't the Abwehr, was
That
it?
was the
Oh, that was the.
Pack 36.
I was going to say. Okay, there's that line of sight.
Yeah.
Um, so I might have to eat my words in terms of the positioning of that Pack 36 and kind of hoofing it in. But you're suggesting that maybe the French are going with a little bit more of, well, you're sacrificing slots and the support to bring instead of infantry. You're saying, correct? Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got Navy up north, which are pretty decent. I mean, they're gonna do well against Earth's troop, and as they just have the veterancy. But still, I think for her, Robert up north, a mortar piece would definitely do him wonders. He's doing pretty good with the Spitfires, giving good fire support for his ground units, but he definitely needs a bit more oomph down in the northern sector to really take us back. He does have the half tracks as well, which will prove to be rather good if they don't get Panzerschrecked.
Well, it's amusing enough to me to see this Abwehr. One squad's already... Okay, I thought they used a lot more than perhaps they had already. It would be really amusing to me had they been able to get off all 6 of their rounds. And wow, one up north has 2 kills right now. Not too bad.
Yep.
And perhaps appropriately, the Spitfires are going after the anti-tank, because that might be the only real threat they have to deal with.
Exactly. If he can knock out the Abwehrs, and the half tracks can just sit there all day and lay down machine gun fire. It's rather a bit of a shame for her, Robert, for his side, as he hasn't managed to make any major breakthroughs, as really A phase is the make it or break it, so to say, for the French. But on the same time, Gonzo's going to be running out of infantry along with the French, as once his Feldjägers are depleted, it's really just Ersatz troop and spam. So I think this is going to be a pretty even matchup, even into C phase, to be entirely honest.
Well, and that's totally fair to say. I think I might have to disagree a little bit, though. I mean, the fact that Gonzo has not been really giving ground, he's been getting that +1, even if only for a couple of minutes at a time. Blinde does... you're saying it's not really make or break for them, that they continue to be strong, but you also at the same time, they can't really play to their strengths on this kind of tight, close quarters map.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say for Blinde, it's definitely a more open map. Is a much better choice early on. Even if you've got Stuarts and Greyhounds, which are good CQC fighters, having the Wolverine and A phase and being able to use their 1.2 kilometer range advantage compared to all the Axis 1 kilometer tanks that usually get in A phase for Axis, definitely pays off. And there's no point in even getting a Wolverine in this sort of matchup in this area, as there's just there's no use for it, and it's just kind of a major, niche unit. Yeah, her Robert can't exactly take advantage of at the moment.
Agreed.
Just the map.
It is interesting to me to also note that while we're seeing another Stuart actually coming into the north, the French are being heavily outgunned here.
Yeah.
And outnumbered for that matter, too. That never seemed to happen from an Axis faction.
He's always outnumbered on fighting against Ersatz trooping.
I suppose that's true. I suppose that's true. I'm also surprised we're not seeing any kind of anti-aircraft being brought out by Gonzo.
I'm guessing he doesn't have any in A phase. That's going to be my guess. Some 91st Loftlander players don't. But the real question is Gonzo going to burn out twice as fast? I mean, you're already seen quite a few Feldjäger troops on the field. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Feldjägers already deployed out of a possible 8. And once those 8 Feldjägers are down, that's all of Gonzo's really good infantry. You can get some pioneers later on and whatnot, but they're not Feldjägers. The Feldjägers are really the awesome unit for Gonzo. So is he going to be able to be conservative with him and make him last the majority of the match? That's a better question.
By the same token, though, the French, I do know they do pick up some more Nueves, and I mean there are definitely Voltigeurs here and there. But will the Volters be enough? We are going to see that mortar piece that you were talking about before.
Finally, he definitely needs that mortar pieces. Yeah, that's pretty much just going to help shut down his northern assault for now. As those 60mm mortars, when one thing Feldjägers don't like, and that's being shot at by indirect artillery.
There's something that mortars don't like, though, and that's being in the range of a light tank.
Fortunately, it's a crappy French light tank, so it's only 1 HE damage that he has to worry about. But I think he's dropping some smoke to try and block line of sight. Really, he should maybe just try and... No, he's dropping mortars on the French tank, trying to give his Stuart a bit of fire support, but the Stuart's going to be losing out on that engagement, it seems, morale-wise.
I am certainly surprised. I mean, the French assault has completely bogged down in the north.
Yeah,
Down in the south, I think he's doing exactly what he should have been doing the entire time, albeit with a little bit less investment.
yeah.
And at least he is bringing back in that territory control in the center part of the map.
Just getting. I mean, it's still not at the 0-0, and Gonzo still getting that slow plus run, but I think the center part would definitely be a good area for her Robert to take advantage of. As this northern area, I mean, he's just choke pointed into that crossroads, and unless he gets like I think he's gonna need another mortar, or for the mortar to actually be getting some hits on the Fountshakers, he's not gonna be able to break through on that northern sector. He still has a recon plane flying around. He's just been, you know, popping along this entire time. I'd say it's field of view because he sees a pretty good amount. He sees the pack guns and, you know, infantry movements as they move from tree line to tree line. So that's been going. That's, you know, pretty good play from her, Rob. But that recon plane has definitely helped out so far.
I'm happy he sees that because he sees nothing else across the entire rest of the map.
Yeah, though. Oh god. Oh yeah, he's completely blind down south. Doesn't have any recon units yet either. Yeah, at the same time, all the Gonzo stuff is pretty much in towns and forests, and this is infantry, so it's very easy to keep hidden. And down south, just looking at it, yeah, that's a defensive line and a half. It's like a Siegfried line. We're gonna hang up our Rossignol someday. That's what the British troops keep saying in this game.
That also seems accurate. Okay, we are into Phase B now. The planes are still pretty hot and heavy over here for Herr Robert. Why is it the Gonzo's not really deploying some of his own air power? I'm not entirely sure.
I'm guessing he does. I think he just doesn't have any planes around TR and A phase. That's my guess. He may have like a B3 and A phase, but with all the Spitfires flying around, it's probably not a good idea. But yeah, now he's getting some anti-aircraft pieces. Just some 37 mils most likely, and a Stu-42.
Yeah, I that's great for all of the anti-infantry, and frankly, the Franks are not going to be bringing on in, I think, anything that's really I don't know. I don't want to say entirely useful to take him out, but it kind of feels that way.
Yeah, I mean, even though Stu-42 doesn't have, you know, AP ammo, against like Greyhounds and Stuarts, it can stun them up rather efficiently. So it's still a pretty good choice up north. And he's, as you see, he's just positioned, you know, long-range shots down the road. And if he can... I was looking at the line of sight for the road, but he's going to get rather close to be able to shoot the French units on the other side.
Well, the stovepipes, of course, are also bringing their firepower in every single direction, and it's still not really doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
And the Panzer squads are just continuing to claim kills.
You have a really good use of his Abwehr squads all around. I mean, this is complete Panzerschreck territory. You know, he just loses two of them, you know, back to back, so that's a rather big loss. And knocking out another half-track. And knocking out his half-track is very important, as that's really, you know, the French, like, infantry firepower. Yeah, they kind of like the machine guns. So having those half-tracks around to give the machine gun covering fire is pretty important. And finally, the stovepipes are getting some good hits. And if he can stump the Fountshakers, then he can make some good territorial progress.
But now, no, okay, Phase B, what's going to come in here for Gonzo to kind of hold the line? Is this time to bring the Pioneers, or is that too aggressive a unit?
I think he's actually bringing a Pioneer right now to help out. He's definitely going to need some more infantry defenses up north. But I think for Gonzo, maybe like a proper artillery piece who does have access to the Russian artillery, which will help out a lot with dealing with the 60mm mortars. Maybe
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sorry, the Stu-42 he's plopping around. I did not even think he could see that mortar from there, but he is.
Oh, damn. That's tight. That's absolutely tight.
I'm sorry, but you're saying Russian artillery pieces. Please continue.
You got, like, Russian artillery pieces. I mean, he's got, really, for Gonzo, he should be trying to focus on getting back to air supremacy, as that's really is 91st Luftlander's strength with the rocket plane spam, and, of course, B-Freeze. B-Freeze on this map would be wonderful for Gonzo, as you don't have much direct line of sight, so being able to, you know, pop your Stuarts and Shermans from the air definitely makes your life much easier in the anti-tank department.
Of course, you do have to break through the Spitfires to get there. That was a problem.
Yeah, but once you do, you can pop it like it's hot.
And he is quite good at getting that can opener. Continues to be absolutely no fighting down to the south. I think we've lost a couple of random air such troops. Actually, no, never mind.
just both sides are like, you know, we're just gonna set a truce down south, you know, a little Christmas truce. We'll let the guys up north do all the fight, and we're just here to get paid.
Yo, just remember, the North remembers. But you're absolutely right. I mean, the French continue to be choke pointed. This is a constant issue. Pioneers are not quite close enough to start throwing their, you know, Gebote over here at the Voltigeurs, but do they really need to?
Not really. I mean, the Pioneers' machine gun is usually enough to beat a lot of the French infantry in long-range engagement. Sure, this is more of a shorter-range engagement, so the Voltigeurs manage to get their, you know, rifles onto fire, and so the Pioneers are just going to be forced to retreat. Because the nice thing about the French infantry is a lot of them do have as M1 carbines, which they're not STG-44 material by any chance, but they're still pretty decent in the 200-meter range. It's just, you know, a bit of extra edge compared to the Axis.
Okay, this Panzer Abwehr's? No, I think it's still just a tiny bit out of range.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's playing with fire right there. And here comes the German planes in. Here's the one B3s and ME-109. And here comes all the Spitfires. So that B3's not making it out.
No, he's not.
You animals.
Yeah, that's a little bit ballsy, yeah, because he didn't manage to like keep back any. Well, he had the one Spitfire plane. I mean, Messerschmitt plane. But he definitely sort of killed 1 or 2 Spitfires in an aerial battle beforehand before engaging in that, because that was that was a bit ballsy, and I did not pay him off using that B3 like that.
No, I mean, he did at least kill one of those stewards, and that is a decent kill, just not enough to make it worthwhile.
Exactly. Now, we do have a Sherman up north now, and it's a bloody freestyle run as well, so yeah, really the French are starting to amass an armor, but they're definitely going to need a bit more of the infantry to really help his forest fight, to just try and clear the way. But once the infantry can move in and spot all the scary units, the French tanks can return fire.
I think I would like to see Gonzo kind of extend his southern troops a little bit more to pick up the slack in the north.
Yeah.
It is fair to say that the French themselves are able, by the way, that last artillery strike is going to come in on top of that Flak 36, but it looks like he's going to get it out more or less in time. Nah, never mind. No. Ooh. And
ooh, good.
Panzer Abwehr squad, he's gotten 5 shots. I think he's had 4 kills.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, it's perfect.
Just really good play from Gonzo with his Abwehr. That's really on point Abwehr play. Just, I mean, I love that just as much as you do. Yeah.
What I was trying to say, though, at the same time, forgive me, I have to hop off a little bit of comfort equipment that's going on over here in this room. But I would like to see the southern troops extend a little bit more. You can see, even with the French being more mobile, their major effort has been constant over this one area.
Yeah.
Got to do something to kind of to bring it back. Even all the reinforcements are coming in the the highest third of the map, maybe.
Yeah, it's really just he's trying to make that one breakthrough up north. We do see a B3 being brought in, but Gonzo, he's not going to make the same mistake twice, and he's going to pull that back. So that's, you know, didn't really do much. I mean, he's going to be able to reload rather quickly, but still, it's a little bit of a race there.
Well, maybe he did it so that way he could draw the Spitfires out, and since the Spitfires are going to be kept out, maybe he can turn that back around somehow? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe if you wait for the Spitfires or evac and then bring in the B3, that's usually like a pretty good idea. But still, he needs to get in that anti-air game and start knocking out a few Spitfires here or there.
Agreed.
Yeah. But up north, we got finally seen some sappers, and this is exactly what her Robert needs up north. Sappers, wonderful infantry in it. I mean, you got the SMGs, you got the semi-auto rifles, you got a bazooka, you got satchel charges. They're really just a lovely all-rounder unit for the French. And in this northern area, they're gonna do absolute wonders.
And all for the low price of $1.5 billion points, but at least they are worth their weight in pointage.
Yeah, I mean the bazooka alone. I mean the bazooka and Panzerschreck combo is. I mean the anti-tank and anti-infantry.
A little bit shocking when you think about it.
Yeah.
But you know what? The French don't have a whole lot of fun, positive things in the first place, so they have to be nice.
Yeah.
And we're just continuing to see more and more 36s being brought on in. And yeah, okay. This is not too shocking at this point. Whoa! Stu 42 dials up a half-track from, I would say max range, but that's not even fair. No, that was way less than max range.
Yeah, that was pretty tight angle once again. This 2-2's finding some pretty good trick shots, as I like to think of it. But yeah, Gonzo, he's just kind of running out of steam up north. All his Fauchegers have pretty much been killed. I mean, he's got like another one being brought in. So yeah, I think he's almost out of Fauchegers at this point in terms of
Quick
callings.
B3 strike. I don't think the Spitfires are nowhere to be found. They were staying off station for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
ME-109 is there. He's making the run at the Sherman. He's going in. It's gone. It's out of there.
Oh,
And B3 pulls away. He might be able to make it out in time.
yeah, he's pretty much safe and sound. And as we see, because the Spitfires evac'd earlier, they're still in their refuel time. So the B3's got a nice clear shot. So that was a good time to call in the B3.
And the Stug 3 is being brought in as well.
Oh yeah, that's gonna definitely help out in his he definitely needs it to try and fend off the French tanks. And also, like, Stug's gonna be pretty good. They can just kind of like hold that one road choke point that has decent armor against the Sturge and the Greyhound. So yeah. I mean, the one Stu's really just holding the ground at the moment. And yeah, Herr Robert just needs to get, some more infantry, some more artillery support to try and break through. If he can break through his northern sector, he can definitely make a lot of ground, as this is more open territory where the French can really stretch their legs with their tanks.
I am surprised to see 2 artillery observer Shermans.
Yeah, I'm rather surprised too that they're a decent unit. Also considering the French, which don't have like
Huge amounts
like
of
a lot of
artillery.
supply.
Yeah.
Supply too. I mean, he's been using them rather efficiently, and also a decent support unit. I personally don't take him. I'm not a big fan, but Robert's using them pretty well. Also making some good plays down in this middle area now, moving some units here to try to break through. I'm guessing the German secret line, but that's just a lot of stuff he has to break through. He's got the AT guns, all the infantry, the remains of Fauchegger troops, and the Abra. I think it's going to be pretty tough cracking this middle southern sector, to be entirely honest. The Germans really just have a good defensive position all over.
It is Phase C, so here's the question. Are we going to see any kind of heavy anti-aircraft coming on out, or do you think it's just kind of meh, we'll keep it for another time?
Yeah, I think he's just going to stick with the Flak 36s. May have, some Flak 39s, Flak 88s, because I think I forgot the actual, like, proper number. But, it's a big bloody 88mm cannon that puts holes in vehicles. But I think it's just going to stick with the Flak 36s, to be honest, just to keep it, nice and safe, nice and cheap on the budget. But it's really down to Robert making a breakthrough. He has 18 minutes to catch up to 1,054 points. He's going to need a plus run for most of the time, and preferably really a +2 to really take the victory here.
That Kuppelwagen needs to repair that Stug right now. The Stug does claim the Sherman. The Sherman was able to stun it up and actually cripple it with its first shot. Quickly, repair the poor Stug. He has served you well.
Yeah. But if he goes in now, he's going to get hit by an off-map artillery barrage. He doesn't know it's coming. He does not know it is coming down, but that's kind of fortunate. It's keeping the Kubel up here out of range of that off-map arty.
But actually, I feel like the area of effect might even be able to pick it up.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty darn close. He does not want that thing to make it out.
It's a little bit overkill here, but damn, he really does not like those Stugs. I think he's gonna wait for him to be fully suppressed and then move in the sapper to just bazooka it. As it's a literal shit. And oh wow, he kills it with artillery. Yeah, that's surprising. And it's not even like that big of artillery. It's 155 mils. Well, just 155mm of explosives.
To be fair, we're now seeing at long last that artillery piece. That would have been nice about 8 minutes ago.
Yeah, what type is it? It's the
It's one of the.
It's a big run. It's the big Russian artillery piece.
The 396, I think that it is.
Yeah. But yeah, this is going pretty good for Herr Robert. He's kind of like making a push southeast, kind of through this area. And if he can get into this open ground, like I said, stretch your legs with the tanks, and he's going to have a lovely time. And he's actually making pretty good progress in the middle. It's got the fire support with the Bofors and infantry, keeping all the Germans' head down. And yeah, the Germans really need some more anti-tank capabilities, knock out these half-tracks and Sturge.
It's gonna be a Spitfire playground in a second here.
Oh yeah. And that, yeah,
Oh
Messerschmitt.
no, they're peeling after the ME-109.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And they've got a second Messerschmitt here, but he's flying over Allied territory. Now it's four Spitfires, so I don't think those Messerschmitts are gonna make it out alive.
I don't think the B3's gonna make it out alive.
No, right didn't he pull back immediately? Right did he go back for like a second strafe and run out? It was a little bit ballsy.
Here's a question: do you try to protect the ME-109s more than the B3, or try to keep the B3 up?
B3, keep the B3 up.
Good call.
Because it's more expensive, and you know it's a very important unit, especially on this map to deal with the armored threats. But her Robert just has the critical amount of Spitfires and air superiority to keep the skies clear. That's the nice thing about the French. You got a lot of Spitfires in your deck, and they're nice, they're cheap, they're good fighters. You know, I'm not biased or anything, but they're pretty decent. They're pretty good fighters.
No one would ever say that.
No one would ever say that. Nah.
They are obscenely good at strafing ground targets.
Yeah, I mean, you got 250 cows and 220 mils. It's not Tempest levels, but considering you're paying like 125 points, that's it's pretty decent.
Let me guess. Cheapest chips?
Cheapest chips.
There we go.
Yeah. Indeed.
It is +1 over here for Herr Robert. He's slowly making up that ground. The scoreline says technically there'd be no victor here. I don't know. I think right now Gonzo has still played a hell of a game with the 91st Luftwaffe though.
Yeah, he's been he really threw all his I don't want to say chips again, but like all his chips in early on with using all his high veterans units, and now he's paying it later by not having any Feldjägers or all his cool Feldjäger infantry still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, kind of losing those and like the forest advantage of the Panzerschrecks and whatnot. Yes, he can get AT guns and tanks, but with the Panzerschreck squads gone and the Feldjägers gone, it's really just open hunting season for these half tracks and light vehicles. As the Ersatz-Truppen gets spotted by shooting like a French infantry in it, yeah, they instantly suppress, and finally that bloody recon plane goes down.
Yep. You only had a lease of life for way longer than it should have been in the first place, but oh well.
But yeah, the problem with Gonzo at this point is he's having a hard time getting anti-tank weapons, on target with these half tracks and surge. As there's so many half tracks that you have to kill. It can be a rather big pain in the ass.
Well, we do have
Oh, that's 88.
an 88 coming in. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's gonna be the best call.
Oh no! Look what he's got. He's got guys right where he wants them.
Yeah.
The Death Star is clear to fire, and a Martyr 2 as well. Oof, that's what he needed to do. And actually, that was the best one for him to kill.
Exactly. And he's gonna get shot in the off map. Nope, misses. I mean, he'll lose his sight.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it.
But yeah, Martyr 2 be pretty decent. I mean, it's good, cheap, fly support, but still, it's not exactly a CQC king.
No, but you can't be a chooser here. Like, the 91st definitely needs to have more anti-tank threats. Yeah. And I think that might be why we're seeing the southern defense collapse as quickly as it did, is that so much of it is close in defense as opposed to at range.
Yeah.
But with the Martyr 2, at least the Martyr 2 can entertain the idea, hold up the advance for a little bit longer, hold up the French from breaking in.
Fair point, very fair point. Yeah, it's just... I mean, it's too bad it doesn't have more of these Panzerschreck squads, because in this sort of territory, I mean, you see all these half-tracks are so close to buildings and forests, it's just perfect to sneak in Panzerschrecks and, knock out some units. And now Robert's at slow +1, but really he needs to get a +2. He only has like a 52% map advantage. I mean, there's still like 12 minutes to go, so it can still go anyone's game really. Gonzo can maybe retake his northern sector. Same time Gonzo's having a hard time just getting back in momentum. Yeah, he's doing pretty good in the air now. He's got one.
Oh, for the love of God, get rid of that smoking Spitfire.
No, there's more Spitfires, yo.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, they're chasing one guy, and he's going to make it out, and I think, man.
Bofors, man. Don't mess with Bofors.
I mean, when I was behind him, I was like, oh, yes, here we go. We're going to have an actual kill. Never mind.
Nope.
Yeah.
But
All
the
right.
Messerschmitt's going to get out, which is good for the Messerschmitt. And now his Spitfires are being shot at by the Flak 88. And, yeah, the French are just slowly making their way in. And really, like, the French Sapeurs are perfect for this map. Just like I said, jack of all trades, good CQC. They got the anti-tank, the HE damage. This is a really good French map in that regard. I mean, yes, he hasn't been able to use Wolverines or like, well, really Wolverines and 76mm Shermans. But apart from that, it's as good Vive la France territory.
As much as it grieves me to say, you're right.
Yeah.
Not because you're right, it just agrees me to say that that's actually the case.
Yeah, I like seeing the French right now. They're definitely like more of a underpicked division by far. They're not as popular because they don't have like staying power. But in good hands, like French can be absolutely devastating if you know how to use light vehicles efficiently. And as you see, her rover is using them bloody efficiently.
Well, he's been definitely using the off-map call-ins rather efficiently, and that's just basically, I mean, your common steward Remy with artillery.
Yeah, I'm actually rather surprised. Yeah, these 155mm off-maps have been performing as well. I always count these as like terrible. I mean, it's only 155mm. It's railway artillery or go home when I usually play or pick my off-maps. But these Shermans have been doing really good, not just in the off-map artillery department, but in the, you know, fire sport department with the 50 cals. And nice thing about him, too, is you don't have to, like, with a priest, you don't have to worry about resupply or, you know, rating for it to, you know, get a target and shoot. You just kind of plop the artillery marker down, wait 20 seconds, and shit usually dies.
Rinse, repeat a couple more times, and then at that point you have just, again, another anti-infantry platform. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's a pretty good bang for your buck. I mean, that's 120 points, which is also, like, that's pretty good. I'm definitely, like, an underrated unit now I think about it. I'm definitely gonna put some of these guys in my friend's deck next time I play.
Now, the amusing thing for me is that the French have slowly, their attack has slowly echeloned down to the middle part of the map.
Yeah, I like that a lot. He's realized that he just can't break through that northern sector, so he's just redirected his attack, you know, southeast, which is perfect. And it's worked really well.
Napoleon would be proud. I kind of feel myself wishing, and I can't believe I'm saying this in support of an allied division, but I can't help but wish he had done that so much earlier. I mean, like you said, to the north, so many choke points. In the center part of the map, at least you do have a lot of these main roads to start working down. Your mortars would have been so much better placed, shelling the orchard, easily allowing these jumping off points for later stages.
Yeah, that definitely would have helped out early on, as he was very fixated on taking at northern choke points. And even now, he just has some defensive units here, but it got like a Pack 14, it's like 3G, and it's just one road. Northern side is just Hell's Highway. So, good luck breaking through that if you can't deal with that armor threat. And it seems like Gonzo's trying to retake some ground. You know, he's got like some grenadiers now, and like one Vouchega.
Well, he did exactly what he needs to do. Which was move it back to 5149.
Yeah, and you know, Gonzo, he just needs to hold his ground, and just try to bring it back to an even Stevens essentially. He's got at the even Stevens right now, but it's going to be rather close, I have to say. And it's rather amusing too, because you know, it's usually the French aren't really doing that well in A phase, but the French are doing it on point in C phase.
Which surprises me, because I'm always expecting, like you said, the French to do well early on.
Yeah, but it's just how the tables have turned. It's like the French were playing the Panzer strategy.
The hide until phase C and then pretend to finally play?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, when I play Panzer right, Khan, what I do is I start the match, I go away for 20 minutes, come back, I have like over 2,000 points, and I usually just buy like 4 King Tigers.
The hibernation defense. You know, I know exactly. Defense. Yeah, exactly.
It's called the Battle of the Boat strategy. You know, bring the King Tigers out on the second rave. You know, but mine don't break down because they, you know, it's not 1944 late winter.
Well, it's like the budget version of the Wizard of Oz. Tigers and tigers and tigers. Oh my! What are you doing? An unsupported B3. This guy's gonna die in like 3 seconds.
Nah, God. And it's just what I mean.
Oh wait, bait and switch. There goes one.
One.
He shifts his attack run. No, he doesn't really. What?
There's no AA up north, so it's
Not
gonna
anymore.
be kind. Okay, he's outnumbered. He's way
Yeah,
outnumbered.
and there's guys at ground fire as well. Okay,
Yeah.
time. It's time to extend for home. Go, go, go.
Go, 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 get. There's no AA up north for the Germans, Joe, so it's gonna be. There's only AA is a flank 88, and he has to. That's gonna be rather risky maneuvering it down here without getting shot. So he's fighting for his life.
Well, the Sherman on the ground is actually what the heck? Seriously, he's 50 paces away from the Stroke 3, who weapon jams him, internal fragments him, and finally kills him with the third shot. Okay, ME 109, it's time to go home.
Yeah. Nope.
Go home, boy. Go home.
No, he's keeping the turn flight because if he like runs away, he's just gonna get chased down. So it's just like try to keep it in limbo instead of making a play for it.
Well, worse than that, though, he has allowed the center part of the map to rupture. Martyr's dead. Flak 36 is dead.
Go.
He's sending in one of his last true tanks in a very, very blatant attempt to plug that gap.
Yep, and her Robert, he needs a +2. I think he can do it because he's making some good breakthroughs in the middle. If he can just, get some more half tracks through, just fast move towards the enemy and capture some ground, he can take it. But it's gonna be close.
But he has nothing up north.
He has enough for. Oh yeah, he needs to try and plug it in because it's Doug 3G's. He's got a bazooka squad, the French La Marine something nonsense in French, coming in to try and knock out the Stug 3. Something nonsense in French. I forgot the name. Let's see when I. Oh no, it's just a bazooka squad.
I was like, bazooka. How French of you?
It's not the fancy French 4-man squad, huh?
Oh my gosh! And now how the tables have turned. Oh my gosh! Look at all that control. Can we see a +2 for the Germans?
Yeah, that bazooka squad doesn't project territory, so yeah, that's not good for her Robert. And I think a Stug 3G in the middle is just gonna be enough to just keep her Robert at bay for now.
Well, that Sherman is going to engage him, so
Oof, yeah, Sherman gets first shot. That's a bit sad for the Stug.
watch. 2 shots, 2 kills. Oh no, tracks and wheels damage. Okay, this is the reverse. Last time it was the other way around. Another B3 goes on in.
He's probably on.
Jeez, the Valley of Death here. If
No
he's falling back,
Spitfires.
that's enough. Just go. Oh look, that's that cute little M8 that's been there the entire game and hasn't fired anything except 16 rounds of ammunition.
Which one? Oh, like the one down south?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's just been in, picking apples.
Zook teams galore in the meantime. And they're getting picked off one by one. It's a plus over here for Gonzo. I don't want to say that's it, but
I think Gonzo's just it's gonna take her Robert too much time to clear out the northern sector, and that's a really good push here from Gonzo. Relieving some pressure from the middle by doing that northern assault. I mean that Stug 3G definitely was really saved Gonzo's arse, I'd have to say.
Well, and I don't think the French have any more infantry. I think that's why we're just seeing the Zook teams being brought in to desperately try to deal with something. Anything.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, it's nice that her Roberts managed to capture the town in the middle, but he hasn't managed to get past the town, and he hasn't managed to get past into the enemy territory, really, on this map, and that's really been her Roberts' downfall, as. Yeah, now he's at the +2 for Gonzo. Yeah, it's going to be a GG, really, for Gonzo, it seems.
Now, I don't mean to be a dick here, but if I'm the Germans, I'm still extending those Fallschirmjägers further and further to the edge of the map.
Gotta try and knock out the spawn point.
Well, that for darn sure, but on top of it, too, you want to grab as much territory. If you do lose that part of your southern line, you want to be able to at least be able to claim an official victory, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Gonzo's running out of infantry too. He's just sending recon squads. Or it's Fusiliers, so they're pretty damn good recon squads.
Tight, yeah.
Yeah, they are just one of the best recon squads in game. But still, recon squads to try and take this town back. But the French have too much fire support on the town to really do anything.
And shockingly enough, Ulik, who's been down there, has used all 3 of his mines.
Oh, and he's still alive.
He won't be in a second.
Yeah, it's a rather surprising, man. I want to see his kill list at the end of this match, because that's pretty good being able to use all AT grenades. Something you don't see often.
And by often, of course, he means folks ever. But
Ever,
that's
yeah.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so satisfying getting an 18 AT kill, yo. When it does happen.
It just makes you want to start watching softball again, doesn't it?
Yeah. Or you ever played with Orchestra 2?
Oh, that, yeah.
You know when you're using the magnetic mines in that game, you like run behind a T-34, you slap it on, and you run away quickly before it blows up. Best feeling. Best feeling.
So I did enjoy seeing a lot of the Spitfires here. It was definitely great airplay.
Yep.
By Herr Robert, but I think he tunneled a little bit too much in the northern part, and then echeloned a little bit too slowly.
Yeah, he really sort of not put as much aggressive focus up north. I mean, he sort of definitely spent the points up here containing Gonzo's push, but he really sort of focused more on that middle area to try and break through instead, as that gave him more, a bit more leg room, for his tanks to maneuver. And damn, that's a lot of Spitfires.
And that last Sherman goes down. Oh my gosh.
That's what.
And that's with 1 or 2 kills. I guess not, because it doesn't look like the Allies are going to win this one. Spoiler alert. And yeah, we're going to be closing it out. What, about roughly 1,600, about 500?
Yeah.
That's a very, very convincing Axis victory.
Yeah, Gonzo just got at ground early on, held it, and, I wouldn't say he rode his laurels till late game, but he's on the +2 late game, so he's definitely managed to, take an aggressive stance. And GG, and damn, that's a lot of kills.
Yeah, there was no holds barred here at all.
Yeah, that's pretty close too, only like a 300-point difference, yeah. And looking at the history, yeah, a lot of the French stuff goes down early on, but apart from that, it's pretty back and forth throughout the match. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty even back and forth, big blue and red patches next to each other. Some more blue patches, of course, because it's the cheaper units, but that match is pretty good. What did Ulig kill?
Oh, Ulig didn't kill anything. He just damaged one of those M8s enough. The M8 that was sitting down there the entire game. Oh. He just managed to disable it and then force it back. That's it.
That's rather anticlimactic, using all 3 AT grenades and not even managed to get a single kill.
But it does check out with the normal kind of combat effectiveness of that particular system. So
yeah, Spitfire, Daisy, jeez, like.
There's also Marechal, by the way, too.
Which one?
Marechal, it's a command Sherman.
Oh, the command Sherman. Look at him, like knocking out a flak 88. That's pretty ballsy, yeah. Marder 2, pretty good kills, but not enough to win. Not enough to win. And looking at Axis,
the Stu 42.
Stu 42. He was living the Stug life or the Stu life.
He had amazing early kills that frankly, I feel like if he had not killed those 2 mortars early on, the northern flank could have been very different. Yeah.
Those mortars were definitely like chipping away at Gonzo, and managing to knock him out definitely gave him some good breathing room. But apart from that, for the Germans, like Flak 88 and like a Fouchaker does pretty good, and Stug 3G.
Yes.
But yeah, it's pretty even now in terms of kills, and pretty evenly spread apart from 1 or 2 units. This is really good play from both sides. I wasn't expecting it to be that bloody close. I thought Herr Robert was gonna take it.
Yeah, I definitely thought that too. I was like, oh man, yep, Rang's right. 91st has nothing left for infantry, and here comes the inevitable Phase C blowout.
Yeah, but he's managed, like, pull out, lint out of his pant pockets, and managed to take the victory.
Is that where he was pulling it out of? I was thinking of someplace far more nether region focused, but that's fair.
Fair enough.
But, all right. So I think this coming Thursday we have something a little bit different, and I'm sure we'll reveal the secret to that on Thursday. But any last thoughts, Ryan?
Nope, I'm good.
Sounds good, folks. We'll see you on Thursday with some more Steel Division. I am Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.